beer would be the worst thing to put in that.
Yeah.
Beer.
What kind of beer?
Coors Light would be the worst thing ever to put in there.
No, but for Ken Pleasant, that would be the best thing. He'd die and go to heaven. Like he comes up and it's like all these are filled up with Coors Light.
Right.
I've died and gone to heaven.
I was thinking about Ken when I threw that out there.
Yeah. Hi everyone, this is Ray, or some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray, and today I am in Camino Island. No, I'm not in Camino Island, I'm on Camino Island, and it's essentially about an hour and a half north of Seattle.
Sure.
And we are in Tina and Grant's Tiki Bar, which is at the top of their garage, which your garage happens to be bigger than your house.
Yep.
It is. I measured it. And on top of...
I measured it.
I measured it. You wake up early one morning, you see me, I'm like, Ray, what are you doing out there?
I'm checking square footage.
And I gotta say, this has to be, and I'm not even exaggerating, this is probably the biggest home tiki bar I think I've ever been to. And we are in like literally a corner of this tiki bar.
Yes.
And what is the name of this tiki bar?
The Menehune Terrace.
The Menehune Terrace.
Yes.
And when did you build this tiki bar?
I think we're 5 years into this now.
Has it been 5 years?
I think so.
4 or 5?
4 or 5 years into it.
And I'll tell you what, every time I come up here, there's something new.
Has to be. It's so big, I keep trying to fill it up. And I still haven't filled it up.
Tiki
No, wait, hold on. Are you talking about your tiki bar?
Yeah.
But speaking of big things, usually when I talk about tiki mugs, I usually talk about several. But today we're only going to really talk about, one and then a plus one.
Yes.
And let's start off with the plus one first.
Okay.
So, who created this tiki mug?
This is done by Chris Shima at Shima Ceramics, and it is a fertility god Maori mug.
So this is
Marquesian.
So this guy has a penis.
Yes.
And that's obviously
Mama's on the back. Yep.
So this, if you're going to teach your kids about sex and the birds and the bees, you could use this mug. And where's he based out of? Do you know?
Port something, California.
Port something, California. I've never been there.
Yeah.
Is there?
Must be close to water.
Yeah. She thinks it's
really.
Close. She says it's close to Pasadena.
I have a feeling that boats probably have ported there. Well, I'll tell you, this is a beautiful mug, and I'm not saying that because I'm looking at the breasts. But is this did you get this or did you get this first?
I bought that one first,
and
he was actually sold out of those, and he had one at I forget what show it was, but Ken and Heather Pleasant were there also, so I had Heather grab it for me from Chris and relay it up because that was like one of the last ones he had.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that a tiki mug, or are you just happy to see me?
A little bit of both, brother.
Hey gang, we'll get back to the tiki conversation here in just a second, but I want to let y'all know they have t-shirts for sale. They are screen printed in America. The artist is Tony Canepa, and they're going for $20 a piece, $25 including shipping. If you're interested in buying one, go to my website, tikiwithray.com, and then there's a tab that says buy a t-shirt. Click on there and just follow the prompts. So thank you very much. It's a nice mug. It's great. But let's talk about this mug. And it's not a mug. It's a series of...
A series of drinking vessels.
A series of drinking vessels.
Yes. Or salsa bowls.
And it's,
Yes, absolutely.
Please, Grant, I hope you never have a party where we'll just throw the salsa in these.
He actually says, when he has a description of it, use it as a party boat for chips dip or
it might
cocktails.
Be safer, you know. If you don't want it broken, you just put food in it.
Yep.
I would never think about using that for
I picture a circle of people around with all their little mugs.
What I see is like having a party up here and having the boat pre-filled with a something, and then as the people come up the stairs, it's like, here's your, and just hand the boat out to everybody, or everybody gathers around. We do some like, hey, blessing ceremony. This is our boat, and everybody gets a boat.
That would be a great idea, but please don't ever do that, because this is beyond anything that I've ever seen before. And as I said before, usually I'm talking about several different mugs in these episodes, but we're going to focus on this. So what's it called?
Maori War Canoe.
The Maori War Canoe.
Yep.
And it is so long that it actually doesn't fit on the table.
No.
So we actually have it curved.
It's 60 inches long.
Is it 60 inches long?
Yes.
Now, when you buy this thing,
Yeah.
well, first of all, what made you decide to buy this?
I've wanted it forever, and probably for, I think he's been making this for a couple of years, and he's only making 50. This is number 33, and I'd wanted it for a good, I want to say 2 years maybe, and then it's just unique. Everybody collects a mug.
Yeah?
And for me getting together with tiki groups and stuff like that, I want to have lots of people over. So having a one mug where I could pour drinks in every one and hand them out to everybody, that'd be kind of fun. And these are...
Yeah, they are separate, right?
Yeah, they're separate. And then that's supposed to be a bowl for two.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a bowl for two. And then the front and the back, or the front and the back are for 4 people.
Okay, so when you bought this...
Yep.
Do you buy it in sections, or is it all one big piece, or how does this work?
So there's one big piece, and then you can buy additional filler pieces.
You could make it longer.
So I bought 2 extra because he's got a white and gold one that he's selling.
2 extra.
I bought 2 extra little boats.
So when you bought it, it was this whole thing minus 2 of these.
Minus 2 of those. Yeah,
That's still pretty long, and both ends.
and both ends. So he only numbers the ends. So he's only making 50 sets of ends, and then he's just making how many ever people buy for the middle sections.
So are each of these bowls like is it a repeat pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're different
I've
on
tried to look at
each side. The side
each side
has
is a little different.
Different little guys on it.
Yeah.
Than the other side.
Yep.
This is incredible. And can you still get these?
Yep. He's got a white one with golden oars, and the figurehead at the front is it's white with gold, real 24 karat gold inlays and stuff like that on it. It's crazy, but
How, like the ends to like the end
Yep.
pieces? How it seems so fragile, and how does it get it to? Like I can see there's probably like a lot of breakage going on.
So
A lot of failures.
So when I ordered this, he was doing mugs for some tiki bar somewhere, and I had to wait a couple weeks or a month before he could even start on this. And then he started making it,
Yeah.
and he broke at least 6 tails trying to get the clay to cure right and getting it to set up. And he kept keeping me up to date on it, but things kept curing differently and doing different. And then he finally got me a good tail.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
I always when it comes to these tiki mugs, I always think to myself, it's like, okay, now I've seen it all. But then it might be this.
I will admit that was part of the reason why that drew me to this was, everybody keeps making out these amazing mugs, and it's a one mug thing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And sometimes you'll see a combo of a mug with a lid, or maybe a pair of mugs that kind of match.
Yeah.
But to see this thing is kind of like, when it first got here, I was like, I knew it was going to be big, but I didn't know where I was going to put it. And still to this day, trying to figure out where it's going to finally end up is still the hard part.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to set one mug on the shelf.
Yeah, here you got to go for distance. I mean,
Yep.
It's incredible. And I'll tell you what, when I saw the pictures that you posted on Facebook, I'm like, I need to do an episode on that.
Yeah, you did. You were like within a few minutes. You were like, great.
When are we gonna do this? When are we gonna film? But I'm glad that you let me come up and let us talk about this incredible. What's it called? The Maori
War Canoe.
The Maori War Canoe.
Yep.
God damn.
Chris is super nice, and he carves all of it by hand. So, like I think the middle parts are all mold, and he's got some stamps probably or somehow he does the things, but the front and the back end are all carved, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and he's based out of Port something.
Port something, California. Yep. If you go to shimaceramics.com, you'll find all you want to know about him. He's there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Grant.
Yep.
Now let's. Do you have any? Let's have some chips and salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Why
right,
not?
let's go.
No, don't do that. What would you do? What would you do if you came up here and you saw one of your daughters using one of these and she's eating like a bowl of Cheerios out of that?
I'd probably high five her.
You'd high five her.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
As long as she wasn't messing with the back or the front, I think I can live with it. I can actually. I use most of my dogs.
What do you think the worst thing? What would be the most obscene thing that wouldn't be right to be in one of these bowls? Macaroni and cheese?
Oh, that'd be pretty.
SpaghettiOs?
Is there spam in the macaroni and cheese? Then it's okay.
All right.
SpaghettiOs?
Cereal. I think cereal.
Like
would
just
be
cereal?
I'd put Dole Whip in one of those.
Yeah, oh, that'd be fun. Dole Whip. Yes.
You can use one of these if you're sick. You can have some chicken noodle soup in there.
Yes, when I'm feeling when I'm really sad about something, I'll just sit here and just my chicken noodle soup.
Yeah. Make a good coffee mug, right?
See how big that is. Ha!
Yeah, you can't really. This one makes sense to drink out of, but this is definitely something for two people with long straws.
Yes.
But there's some weight to it, and there is detail on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Incredible. Only thing that sucks about filming on a couch is your gut sticks out.
I know. Well, you sit sideways. If you.
So this is how I'm gonna set myself up for.
That's not obvious at all. Look, I got my pillows.
I really like these pineapple cakes, and it's so obvious. Well, that's the reason why you're hiding your gut, because. Wow, I don't say anything. I just have this the whole time. So Grant, tell us about this.
Just
This awesome.
sit there with your pineapple cake.
So tell me, Tina, what got you into tiki? I really like this ball, so I'm gonna hold it for the whole video.
Hold it there. If you turn yourself sideways.
That's the secret. That's what I got to do.
That's the girl trick. You got to get yourself sideways, and then you face the camera, but your hips are turned sideways. No, it's, Stop it. You're fine.
I look like Smithers from The Simpsons. So Grant, tell me about this mug.
Tell everybody here's my nuts. I should have stuffed. Are you cold?
Can't believe how cold it is in this tiki bar.
Do you want a blanket?
It's so cold in here. It is.
Blanket on your lap.
It is.
What we need is a little dog, a little small dog.
Can you go get your dog, even though it's big?
I'm gonna go stuff. So we're sitting here. It's like, hey, that guy lies about everything.
There you go. You guys are fine. You're fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
We could put this on blocks. Just raise the table up a little bit.
It's fine. I guess it works.
Okay.
Or do you want to do taller table?
No, this works.
You're all set. Ray's like, I'm set up. Damn it.
No, it's just that I'm self-conscious when it comes.
No.
Nobody's going to be looking
I
at
get
you.
the
They're
same
going to be
way.
looking at that mugs.
Yeah, they're not going to be looking at our guts. They're going to be looking at that awesome mug that's in front of us, Graham.
Sure.
That's your response, sure.